I would strongly recommend that anyone with a heart condition, high blood pressure, like me, or just of a nervous disposition, just doesn't watch today's episode. After the last couple of videos, anything could happen, apart from probably the good outcome that we're all hoping for. We have our final 3 games of the season, and this could get messy. Hello and welcome to part 31 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kev. Coming up on today's episode, hopefully our final 3 games of the season against Alfreton, Darlington and Chorley, which will hopefully culminate in us winning the league and getting promoted. We are still top of the league, albeit only on goal difference, level on points now with Boston. At one point, not so long ago, we were 14 points clear at the top of the league, but we have had the run of form from hell. I don't know what caused it. I don't know how to fix it. I am gambling on the fact that Football Manager, the way it does, sometimes if you just leave the game alone for a few days and come back, it will just reverse your fortunes. That's what happened here. This run of form when everything was going good, this was before Christmas. I then had a couple of weeks off, pre-recorded some episodes. The game punished me for doing that, and we had this run of form. That's pretty much when I came back after my Christmas break. But now I've had the weekend off, and I'm hoping that it will reverse back again. The punishment is surely over by now, Football Manager. Please let us win some football matches. And this is the team that we're putting out there to try and do exactly that against Alfreton, mainly because we don't have any other options. People have suggested a few things down in the comments that we could try. The whole team is built around doing this. We just have to try and put the best players into these positions. It's the only thing that's going to work, I think. So, we've got Linus in goal, a back four of Anderson, Grimes, Stone and Birch. Smith, Elliott, Wheatley and Hornsby are our midfield. And up front, the area that's causing us so many problems, Darren McQueen and Shola Ayula, Sedwin Scott down on the bench. We have missed Tyrone Marsh so very much in this second half of the season. He was an absolute machine when things were going well. 21 goals from 21 games, 10 assists in that time too. Goodness me, have we missed him. He's back in 3 weeks, so he'll return just as the season ends. He might be back for the playoffs if we have to do them, but we don't want to have to. It would be the most disgusting experience of my life if we end up having to go into the playoffs after being 14 points clear. I would have never have known anything like it. Yes, my players can adapt to any situation. Yes, Tom Elliott's great. Yes, we need to show we want this more. We do want this more. Surely we want this more than Alfreton do. Although that being said, they're down. I mean, they're already relegated. Looking at that league table. Hold on, let's just double check. They're already relegated. Please just roll over and let us tickle your belly. Just let us have this. We need it. I think I was fair with Alfreton in an alternate universe over in Non-League to Legend. I think I gave it everything I could. I just wasn't good enough. But I held my hands up and moved on at that point. I think they need to cut me a little bit of slack and let me have the much needed win. I think one win, if we can win this game, that shows the lads that we can do it, that we have got wins in us still. And it wouldn't surprise me at all if we win this one, we go on and win the last 2, we get promoted. Also, though, if we lose this one, heads are going to drop, my head is going to drop, and we won't even win the playoffs because we'll be so disgusted with ourselves. We'll have a 5th year in the Conference North, and I'll start questioning some life choices that I've had at various points, because I don't know what I've done to deserve this kind of treatment. I've supported this game for so many years. For the last 3 years, I've bought at least 5 copies of Football Manager. Sports Interactive, won't you please stop punishing me for having a few weeks off? I just wanted to have a peaceful Christmas. I didn't mean it. I love you really, Football Manager. Don't do this to me. Oh, why haven't we scored yet? I mean, we've had one chance, and it was an off-target shot. We're playing against a team that were already relegated. They've had 5 shots. I don't know how 10 of the 11 players that were unbeatable early in the season, unplayable. The only difference is Marsh isn't there. Were we really a one-man team? After talking about how we didn't want to be a one-man team, that's why we let Jordan Nicholson go. We were fed up being a one-man team. Have we now got ourselves back into one-man team territory? I did notice that they had a player sent off, by the way. I'm not simple. But it hasn't made any difference to how we're playing. I guess we can try and control the game now. They're down to 10 men. We've got to go and try and win this football match, surely. Right, Hornsby. Cross is a I mean, it's rebounded. It wouldn't surprise me if that hadn't have touched their player, if he'd just kicked it out, because it's about as useful as crossing it, the way our strikers are at the moment. Wheatley has a shot. At least it's a shot. At this point, 50 minutes into the game, neither team has had a shot on target so far in 12 attempts. These are two teams that are just trying to out-useless each other. At this point, now 16 shots. Not a single shot from either team has been on target. There's no legislating for that. What are we supposed to do? The ridiculous thing that seems to be going on down the road, Boston must be losing. Hold the phone. Boston are losing 3-0 at home to Harrogate. Backdoor Kev, everybody. Backdoor Kev. We've still got 2 games after this one, but imagine if we pick up a win. If we can find a goal from somewhere, and it's going to have to be a penalty or an own goal. What the... That was ridiculous. That was the first shot on target, I think, from Birch at our own goal. Now he lumps it up the other way. McQueen is in! Darren McQueen! Our captain, who we never doubted for a second, has put us 1-0 up against 10 men already relegated Alfreton. And Boston, our main rivals for the title, are losing. They're being thrashed at home. Now we just need to hold on. Counter-attacking. Please, please don't do anything stupid. Please. I just want to get promoted. Oh, Ayula's been useless. Scott can come on for him. Tom, I look at all these yellow cards. We're a red card waiting to happen all over this pitch. We talked in the last episode about how any time there's a big game, we get players sent off in it. I don't understand. We don't have anyone who can come on in midfield. We'll bring Boro on just because it's a change, but there's no point bringing on a new centre-back. I'll wait until the red card and then we'll make changes according to who gets sent off. My money's on Tom Elliott because he's been a troublemaker all season and he's just calmed down, and I think he just wants to make sure his name is still in the headlines somewhere. Right. Oh, Dean Linus with an excellent save. Do we go... Of course we go defensive. Of course we go defensive. Oh... We're going to go contain in a minute. It's unheard of in my universe, but we're this desperate. We're going to go contain against a team who are down to 10 men. They're already relegated and have had 1 shot on target in the entire game. But we're that afraid that we're just going to contain. Oh, it was Joe Wheatley. I was close. It's his midfield partner. I mean, we knew the red card was coming. It seems to be what we do now. Surely we don't throw it away from here, though. We're going to bring Laskowski on for Hornsby so that we can stick Stone into midfield just there. And then we're going to bring McQueen back there. Scott's going to be a target man. I mean, we're so used to red cards now, I even know what to do when they happen. Yeah, that'll do. Just please, for 30 seconds, for goodness sake, hold on. Just hold on. The final whistle must be about to blow. And with 2 games to go, we now have a 3-point gap at the top of the league again, plus that all-important better goal difference than Boston. 1 win out of 2 secures us promotion. And that is better than we could have hoped for at the start of this episode. Just the one change then going into the Darlington game. Maynard comes in midfield for Wheatley, who of course is suspended, as is Brundle. 2 of our first choice central midfielders both suspended for such an important game. Who's this? Just sat on the bench, minding his own business. I mean, he's not close to fit to play, but you never know the inspiration that man might provide from his spot on the bench. Or if it's 0-0 in the 85th minute, I'm absolutely throwing him on, fit or not fit. The man's a goal machine. If we win this game, we could win the league. Realistically, if we win this game, we have all but won the league, regardless of what Boston do, because of our superior goal difference. But if we win and they don't, we win. There you go. The Nuneaton side can potentially become champions today. Yeah, I wonder if it all started to go wrong, not when I changed the captain, not because I had some time off the game. I wonder if it was because the media started talking about us being champions and I absolutely Mourinho'd it and just kept saying, yeah, of course we're going to be champions. We're great. And because we were predicted mid-table, the board were looking for mid-table, the club, the players were expecting mid-table, whether they just got a little bit too big for their boots. And these last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been playing it down, saying, yeah, it's all going wrong, isn't it? We're probably going to get relegated. or I'd give that as an option if it was there. So I wonder if reverse psychology could get us back, just drag us over the line. But I don't know. We'll see. Didn't I say we're going to win the league again just before the match? So I've probably wrecked my reverse psychology theory by being confident again. But we are the better team. We're the best team in this division. As a group of players. Oh, and here we go. We're the best team in the division. Oh, come and score against us, Darlington. Come and have a shot. We don't shoot on target anymore, so just come and score. Doesn't bother us. Oh, we've got to backdoor it, haven't we? We can't win the league with a game to go. That's just not how my universe seems to work anymore. Oh, remember when we used to dominate leagues and do really well back on FM18? So Stockport have jumped to Boston messing up again. Boston are away against Hereford. Hereford are one place below Boston in the league. Stockport, I'm going to sneeze. Whew! Stockport make me sneeze, apparently. I don't know who Stockport are playing. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But presumably first, we've got to concede another goal because the game wants to punish me. Right, Smith, who's being talked about as a National League North Player of the Season. He needs to show it in this game because he's done nothing recently. McQueen, very deep, but lumps it over to Hornsby, who's also in discussion for Player of the Season. Over to Smith. We've got both our strikers hovering in the middle. I mean, that's obviously no threat. Smith understands that and has a shot, and I don't blame him. Right, Stockport are... Still can't see. We'll have a look when eventually we can. Ayula does well to win the ball, and Hornsby has won a penalty. I don't know who we've got who can take penalties. Who is this? Who are you? Identify yourself. Tom Elliott. Okay, Tom Elliott has scored lots of penalties for us previously, and goodness me, by the skin of his teeth, he'll claim that was perfectly placed. I know he did his best to mess it up, but off the inside of the post. I mean, if it hadn't have been off the inside of the post, there's a good chance their keeper would have got there. Stockport are winning 2-0 away against Lowestoft, so they are giving it their best to try and make this run-in competitive. But as it stands, we will all but mathematically have won the league if everything finishes as it is because of that goal difference that we secured ourselves thanks to Tyrone Marsh earlier in the season. So we just need Boston not to score, Darlington not to score, and then everything is fine. Obviously, if we can go and grab a winner from somewhere, then all the better, because that just rubber stamps everything, and it will be done mathematically if we can grab another goal. Lowestoft have got one back against Stockport, just got the notification at the top of the screen. Boston still don't... I mean, Boston are bottling it as much as we were. Considering Boston beat us in the last game, they're full-on nosebleed territory. They're just stuck now. Darren McQueen's coming off. How do I not? In the circumstances, how do I not do that? So Scott is going to be target man and support. Oh no, Tyrone Marsh was a defensive forward, was he? So long since we've been able to play him. Just don't break, Tyrone. But please, maintain that goal a game record that you've had all season. Go and grab us the winner. And I'll love you forever. You will become a new legend of this YouTube channel. Should we bring on one of these centre-backs? Lionel Stone's not having the best of games. There you go. We'll just make a change for the sake of a change. Come on, Tyrone. Come on, Tyrone. Right, here we go. Tyrone Marsh, goal 22. No, he doesn't even win the ball. I mean, he's playing on... He's only got one hip at the moment. Do you have... How many hips? Is it one? Is it a hip or your hips? But he had a hip injury, so presumably he's playing on one hip. He looks like he's running as if he's only got one leg. But... You know, I think he only needs one leg to score. And that would be the chant if he manages to grab the winner for us. He only needs one leg. And here goes Tyrone Marsh. Can he do it? Squares it for Scott. And no. I mean, we have absolutely dominated this game. I just noticed that Darlington have only had 3 shots in the entire match. Scott is there and not quite. Oh, come on, let's grab a winner. Not that we're even going to need one because Boston look like they're completely messing up. And I think Lowestoft have just equalised against Stockport. It could actually happen mathematically even without a goal. Can we take Tyrone off again now? We don't want to break him. I think we've won the league. I think we've won the league with a game to spare. Please just refresh. The game's going to crash now, isn't it? We've won the league. wage, but that's the same wage budget we've got now. I mean, yeah. Let's not try and push things on or anything, lads. We've won the league. Yes. Right, we will play the final game of the season just because I imagine we'll win it 6-0 and I want you to see that. Now the pressure is off. All should be good, but we've won the league. We did it. Full disclosure, I expected us not to. I imagine you expected us to bottle it as well. At least we made it fun. How boring would it have been if we'd have won it 10 games ago, 18 points clear? At least this way, it made for entertaining videos, didn't it? I mean, that makes it all worthwhile. Well, let's just play the last game. Here we go then. It's the final game of the season. We're absolutely going to be packing out Liberty Way. Nearly 3,000 tickets have been sold against an average attendance of less than 1,000 all season long. It's close to a sellout. It's ridiculous. It's partly because it's a fan day, partly presumably because we're going to get the trophy presented at the end of the game. I assume that's how it works because we didn't get the trophy presentation animation in the last game, I guess because we were away from home maybe. So excitement aplenty, not least because Tyrone Marsh is going to be starting for the last game of the season. We're also bringing Wheatley back into midfield, and young Jake Laskowski is going to play because I think him and Lionel Stone are probably going to be our starting centre-backs next year. Laskowski is only 17, already up to 3.5-star current ability, so already at the level of Lionel Stone and Luca Akalani apparently. Aged 17. This lad is going to be good, so let's get a full game into him. Ercolani we need to try and move on in the summer, but importantly Tyrone Marsh is starting. He needs 2 goals to finish the season with his goal a game record after I wrecked him by bringing him on for 20 minutes when he wasn't fit in the last game, put him down to 21 from 22, and that will never do. So after 2 fairly lengthy injury layoffs, he starts his first game I think of 2021, and Ayula's in behind. Can he square it to Marsh? He doesn't. He just decides to miss instead. Why wouldn't you just slot that across to Tyrone Marsh 30 seconds in? He's going to score that all day long, and it would just be such a feel-good moment for everybody in attendance. And that's an important thing. So with so many people here, we need to put on a show to encourage everyone to buy season tickets for our Conference National League season next year. And we've gone 1-0 up after 11 minutes. See, the pressure's off. Suddenly, we're going to start scoring goals again. Hornsby nods it in from a corner. 1-0 up, and that puts us 6 points clear at the top of the league again. We're almost close to restoring the correct order of things after that little 12-game wobble that we had. Another corner, this time to Laskowski, and it goes over. I desperately want Tyrone Marsh to get a couple of goals. A hat-trick would be even better because then he finishes the season with more than a goal a game. But just the 2 goals. 2 goals from Tyrone Marsh because he deserves it. I don't know if he's going to be good enough to take the step up. Immediately on getting promotion, my assistant manager said, yeah, this Tyrone Marsh, you need to change your squad status from first team player to backup. So clearly he thinks Tyrone isn't good enough to make the step up. So I at least want to see him have one final flourish down in the National League North. Cross comes in, it's Ayula, and that's a huge miss from Shola Ayula. I tell you what, he ain't going to be good enough for us to play next year because he does that far too often. It was a beautiful cross from Marsh, though, and that's why Darren McQueen was scoring so many goals early on in the season, because he had Tyrone Marsh alongside him. The 2 of them were just setting up chances for each other all day long, and I think it's not going to be very far into this second half when we bring McQueen on and we have our dream partnership from the start of the season together for one final half hour of football, because realistically they're not a National League strike partnership, but you've got to get them playing together one more time. Darren McQueen comes on. Let's see him do something special. It's Tyrone Marsh with a free kick. And was that tipped over the bar or did he miss? I think he might have just missed from the free kick. But I'm in full support of putting him on everything. He needs to grab some goals from somewhere. We're desperate for that man to score. And he doesn't get anywhere near that header. He's so off the pace, it's ridiculous. Right, Elliott out to Hornsby. It doesn't even make it there. We're still quite sloppy and not very good. I don't know how we've changed so much from where we were earlier on in the season, but it is a party atmosphere here at Liberty Way. 2,902 people here. 83 of them have come from, who are we playing? Chorley. Bless their cotton socks. Chorley have got nothing to play for at all, and they've come for a day out. But we just need to grab a couple more goals. We need a fancy performance. Marsh in behind, squares to McQueen, and there's your strike partnership, everybody. How different would things have been if those two had been playing together all season long? Darren McQueen, a different player with a proper striker alongside him. It is insane how good these two are together and how poor they are when they're not. They're just big buddies, I guess. Right, let's make some changes. We're not taking Tyrone Marsh off. I know he's shattered, but he's staying on. We want him to grab a goal just because it's a fan day. We need goals on fan days. We're going to take off Lionel Stone, bring on Nathan Baxter, we're probably not going to bring him back on loan next year. We had him here on loan with the expectation he'd force his way into the side. He never really did, and with Laskowski coming up behind him, I think Baxter's probably just going to go back from whence he came, and we'll look for other options. But here goes Tyrone Marsh, and he's passed it over to McQueen. He's in space. Hornsby's there. Square it to Marsh. He doesn't. Do these people not understand that this is supposed to be a celebration of Tyrone Marsh? The man has no right to be playing in this game. He has a hip injury, but he got an assist. I guess that'll do. Go on, let's get a goal. Let's make it a goal for every start at least. We've got 4 minutes to find this man a goal from somewhere. Wheatley, what's he going to do? Finds Elliott. Someone get the ball forward to these strikers. McQueen is doing a lot of running again. Out to Boro. Who's in the middle? I wonder. Marsh hits the crossbar. We've just looked so much better with having these two together again. So much better. It's going to take some beating to find a strike partnership better than these to go into next year. And Birchhead's clear. And there you go. An unbeaten episode. We all knew it was coming. Backdoor my eye. We've just thumped that division right in the mouth. And now we look forward to a season in the Conference National. And reaction to Fan Day. Yay! The event was a success as well. Tom Elliott, give him a pat on the head. He's probably going to let him go. And just have a little look at the squad to end off the season. So top scorer in the end was Darren McQueen with that goal on the last day of the season. It pushed him past Marsh. Darren McQueen on 27. Tyrone Marsh 26. Hornsby with... Ben Hornsby's had a cracking season. If we could get him on loan again, that would be a fantastic piece of business. In fact, we should probably try and do that right now. There you go. We want you on loan for another year, sir. But 42 appearances, 11 goals, 11 assists, 4 man of the match. That'll do. That's what we were looking for from him. Iula, as much as I moan about him, 9 goals from 13 starts isn't too bad. Assists-wise, Marsh, McQueen, Hornsby, Smith. They were the front four that was tearing the league apart for the first half of the season. And by average ratings, obviously it's Tyrone Marsh, then Hornsby. I don't know who Paul Tyson is. Then McQueen. Mitchell Glover. He's still around. People have asked about him. He's 20 now. Not really fulfilling that incredible potential he starts the game with, which is a bit of a shame, but he's still knocking about and obviously had a good appearance when he came on at some point. And our best player at the club is apparently Joe Anderson. Top potential award goes to Jake Laskowski, who we'd already identified. Poor old Luca Ekalani. He's going to retire. He'll have retired before he's 23 because of this work permit nonsense. What a shame. If you've enjoyed that episode, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, 4 PM and 9 PM every day. And thank you very much for watching.